Okay, this video we're about to show you is really just pisses me off. I'm just gonna say it because we've been talking about the fact that we've seen millions of people marching against police brutality in general, specifically in George Floyd's case, and yet you still see things like we are about to show you. This happened in New York City last night. Now, yes, New York City was under a curfew. I believe it was 8 p.m. was the curfew. We're told this video was shot at around 10 p.m. Watch what is happening in the crosswalk as there's a man on his bicycle and police are beating him with their batons.
You know what's really hard about this is, we don't know what was said before. You really can't hear if the bicycle guy said anything.
Dennis,
hold on. Let me finish.
No, Dennis. You can't tell me.
Listen, because I was going to say, I know a lot of these, because I've talked to a lot that are out there all over the United States are on these lines, and usually they give them the opportunity to go home. So I don't know what is going on here, and there's something missing. Because if it's just exactly what you see, they come up and thump them. That is unacceptable. Dennis,
what I got to call you out on is you said you don't know what was said before. I don't know
if there's any reaction.
Nothing
I don't know
that
if they
he could have said that, Dennis, short of him saying, I have a bomb and I'm going to, there's nothing he can say that it warrants beating him with your baton.
But I don't listen. I'm not condoning that at all. And I don't know what happened. I don't know if he said go pound sand, but if you're just going up there, and what's weird is the cops usually tell you, guys, go home. You have one chance. Go home. Don't mouth off. Just go home. And they let you go. I see it all the time. I've talked to these guys. They're not out looking for this. I can't explain this. And the NYPD said, they're investigating this, which they should.
Yeah, I mean, there's clearing. Look, obviously, there's curfew for a reason, and if you need to clear the streets, I mean, we've watched it happen in LA for the last 3 nights. Police do clear the streets, and they will arrest people, and they give them tickets for this.
Right.
But we haven't seen anyone beaten with a.
I have a lot of respect for police officers. I know it's a tough job. I empathize with them. But if the only thing that happened here was that somebody was not following the curfew, you cannot beat them with batons.
I agree 100%. If that's the case, there are going to be consequences, and I can see charges even being filed for this, if that is the case that went on here. But it has to be investigated. We're not just automatically guilty. Everyone deserves due process, everybody.
Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez saw this video. She says it is horrifying. You start with a tiny possibility that 2 officers may be walking over to de-escalate the abusive one. Instead, they join in beating a man trying to get out of traffic. This isn't a problem of bad apples or incidents. This is an institutional systemic crisis. I can't disagree with that take on this video as we see it.
This video is horrible. It's hard to watch, just that. But to say it's all cops everywhere and this is a crisis going on all the time is just not accurate. Cops are out there every day dealing with millions of people, and this does not happen all the time.
I know NYPD says they're investigating. Does that mean they have taken the officers off the street? Have they interviewed them?
It's kind of unclear where they're going, and I know right now a lot of manpower is out on the streets, and I can't tell you that. I just know that they said they will. It's turned over to their internal affairs investigation, and they will handle it. Because no one's covering anything up.
And it is not only that, like I said, when we started this, is that there are people marching about this, so you think they would be more aware. But again, they know there are cameras everywhere. Not just, in this case, not just another citizen who would be recording it, but there, especially in New York City, there are cameras everywhere.
Which seems really, that's what makes this even more odd. You're not going to knowingly go, there's a guy on a bike, let's go beat him. It's really, I'm hoping that's not what the mindset of these guys were.
But there's a way to clear the streets and a way not to do it. That just makes it worse.
In this time, you do not need to escalate things. You need to de-escalate. And if you need to escalate, it can happen. But you don't want to go looking for a fight every second. That's not helping anybody. And if you can use your words and say, hey, please go home and you're not going to have an issue. If you stay around, you're going to have an issue. I can see that.
Hi, my name is Rahama and I'm from Lawrenceville, Georgia. It's a bit sickening, honestly, to watch that video because cops are the ones that are supposed to protect and serve us, yet they failed to do that with this man at this time. The man is completely innocent. He was just walking away, biking away 2 hours after curfew, but that is not a cause to beat him at all, and it fosters a lot of distrust in the police force.
Yeah, I mean, that is exactly the issue here. This is about, we're supposed to be creating a better relationship between the police and the community. That is not helping it at all.